Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is going to be a little bit of a playtime with some makeup. I have some brand new, well, they're new to me anyway, Sephora shadows, and they're in some pretty nice bright colors. So I thought I would play around with them and just do a makeup look. I am going out tonight to an event, so it has to look at least semi-decent. So let's see how this goes. As per usual, I'm priming with my two primers, and I'm really just trying to use these up at this point. This is the Milani eyeshadow primer and the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. For whatever reason, I start with the Milani, but I'm not really sure it matters. And I've said this before, but I use two primers because one's just never enough. I have used many different primers and they used to work for me, but I've gotten to the point where they just don't on their own. And we're talking like NARS, Urban Decay. I don't know, they used to work, but not anymore. I let the first one dry maybe 20-30 seconds, and then I apply the second one. And I'm making sure to get it under my eye because I am going to be applying some shades under there. All right, so with any bright shades, it doesn't matter what the quality is. It never matters to me. I always start out with my NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. And this just creates a white base that makes it infinitely easier to put shadows on top. Especially colored shadows, when you really want that vibrancy to show up, this is particularly good. So I just smear it on and then blend it out with my finger. All right, I'm gonna try to use 5 colors in this look. So we're going with a purple, a navy, a lavender, which I guess is also purple, a gold, and then a green. So fingers crossed this works. So none of the Sephora shades that I have are actually neutral. So I'm gonna go into my Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral palette and just take, I need some sort of transition color, so I'm gonna go with this guy right here. And that's just going into my upper crease. And I always say upper, and I'm sure I sound like a broken record at this point, but my eyes are hooded, so it has to go above my crease or it just gets totally lost. Yeah, doesn't even look like much, but it will help me blend out the colorful shades later on. All right, the first shade I'm gonna go in with is called Friend Selfie. It's number 233. Do they all have numbers? Yeah, they do. They have numbers and names. It's iridescent, so there's some shimmer in it. It's a pale lavender, really. And I'm going to put that all over the lid. They're pretty smooth and creamy. It's a pale color, so it can be kind of hard to tell pigmentation, but it's going on pretty nicely. All right, now this is a pretty shade. This is Purple Stiletto, number 28. This one is matte, and I'm gonna put this through my crease. All right, next I'm going in with the navy, my boyfriend's jeans, number 19, and I'm gonna put that right on the outer corner. And I'm using the same brush that I used for the crease shade. Once the blue is on, I'm going back in with the purple shade just to blend it out a little bit better and bring back some of the color because the blue kind of took some of it away. Then back in with the brush that I used for the crease shade, and I didn't add any color onto it. Now I'm just blending it back out. And this is why I always apply foundation afterwards, because no matter what I do, I don't care what shadows I use, I get fallout, and maybe it's the way I apply eyeshadow. But if this came into, if this fell into my foundation, that's a freaking mess. But I'm just cleaning it up with some Bioderma. And now I'm just going back into the Sonia Kashuk palette, and I'm using the lightest shade. And none of these have names. Just the lightest shade that they have, and I'm putting it on my brow bone. All right, this is the part that usually confuses people. So I do the top half of my eyes and then I zoom, well, I guess I zoom you guys back out. I don't know, I have to zoom myself out and finish up the rest of my face and then go back to the eyes. All right, so I'm trying a new product, which can be a little bit dicey since I'm going to an event, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow. It's an instant soft focus beauty flash. I'm gonna say it's a primer and it goes underneath my foundation. Oh, hey, it actually says can be used under, over, or instead of foundation. We're gonna try under today. And a very generous beauty blogging friend, Catherine, actually gave this to me, so thank you, Catherine. So I put some on the back of my hand and now I'm just gonna dab it all over my face. It's a little golden peachy. It doesn't really leave any color though, kind of just disappears on my skin. Yeah, not really any scent to it. Maybe lightly floral, but nothing offensive. And definitely nothing that's gonna stick around. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream. This is the shade Fair. I've worn it a few times now, more than a few times, and I've always applied it with a beauty blender. And it's never really worked out the way I wanted, so today I'm gonna try it with the Real Techniques Expert Base Brush and see how that goes. Yeah, it's a bit pale, the shade, but light, the next stage up, is way too dark for me. So we're just gonna go with this one. Hi! Colme, do you wanna be in the video? Colme? Come here, sweetie. What are you doing? I had a cat digging around beside me. So this one's Colme, and I think she's been in the videos before. Hi! Do you like the bright lights? Not really? Okay, we're done. She's the talker. She's way more chatty than Nemo is. And now I'm pulling cat hair off my face. So it's funny, I feel like in some areas the brush put it on better than my Miracle Complexion sponge, but not everywhere. Also, does anybody else have this problem where your nose just like won't accept foundation? I find, oh, cat hair. I find it's like very repellent and it just slides right off. All right, the foundation always leaves me feeling a little bit like it's tacky to the touch, so I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild mattifying powder just to knock back the texture of it. For bronzer, I'm actually going to be using the Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is Dulce de Leche, and I'm just gonna stick to the darker bronzing, technically a contour shade, but whoa, that's powdery. Okay, go easy on it. So it's a nice powder, but it's it's kicking up powder, so it makes me a little bit nervous about applying it. So just go lightly with it. Pretty shade though. Yeah, I like that. Nothing. Bronzer. Bronzer's always nice. My go-to shade for blush when I have no idea how to match my eyes without fail is Hourglass's Diffused Heat. The color is stunning and subtle enough that it matches a lot of colorful looks that I put on my eyes. All right, I'm gonna leave the highlighter till the very end because I really don't know if I'm gonna go icy white or more champagne. So let's zoom you back in and keep going with the rest of the eyes. So here's the part where this can go really, really wrong. I'm planning on putting this bright yellow on the inside and then lining my lower lash line with the green. If I can get it open. This one is Picnic in the Park. Look at that. And then the gold is French Riviera. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna give it a try. So to make sure I'm not going to displace the color on my cheeks and foundation now, I'm going to use a tissue just to cover up that area. And then I'm going in with the green and a pencil brush. like it so far. It's looking a little Barney in color, but I don't mind it. All right, with the teeny tiny brush, I'm going in with the gold shade, French Riviera, and putting that on my inner corner. Yeah, it's okay. It's making me think of flowers at this point. Kind of like orchids or something. It's always kind of a relief when you put a color in there that you're not sure if it's gonna work, and it does work. Ooh, good feeling. Pretty satisfied with the eye, so I'm gonna go in with my liquid liner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. And I'm gonna be putting false lashes on, which is why I'm using liquid liner. I actually prefer gel because it, I don't know, looks deeper. But with false lashes, it's just easier to apply a liquid for me. I'm going in with my NYX Tame frame in, I always want to call it taupe, it's blonde. Blonde. Anyone else ever have that moment before they put a pomade on their brows praying that they'll get the right shape? Yeah, that's me. Sometimes it goes really, really well, and sometimes, no. It's that moment I need to stop one on the head. Good enough, I'm satisfied. Mascara is my usual. It's the Makeup Forever Smoky Stretch. My standard lashes are the House of Lashes Bombshell, and I'm just putting that on with their own lash adhesive. My lash glue is drying, so I'm trying to decide between Pearl and Champagne Pop. I haven't actually worn Pearl yet, so I'm gonna try that one. It might be a little bit too white, but let's find out. Oh no, that works just fine. It's definitely more of a Icy Snow Queen highlighter, but it's still working. Last touch is just to cover the lash band with my liquid liner, just to make sure no glue is showing. All right, changed my outfit, did up my hair, and for lips I applied the Too Faced Le Creme lipstick in Topless, and then I topped it with NYX's Butter Gloss in Apple Strudel. So that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching me play with color, and these 4 eyeshadows actually did come out really nicely, considering I did play around with about 5 of them. I'm pretty happy. The only color that was a little bit iffy for me was the blue, but the rest of them were absolutely beautiful for application. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.